What's going on, guys? Welcome to the call. Welcome if you are a little bit newer to the group. We're just waiting on news this morning. We've got PMI coming in 3 minutes. PMI, JOLTS job openings in 3 minutes. So we're going to wait for this news release, guys, before we look for any trade setups. So just waiting on that. And if you guys missed the session yesterday morning, or if you weren't on the whole time, we did end up taking a trade on NQ. I believe I deleted the markup, unfortunately. But yeah, it was pretty much a seek and destroy condition all day yesterday. We did end up getting short yesterday morning, pretty late in the AM session, if I'm not mistaken. I'm trying to remember where it was. It was somewhere in here. We caught one of these down moves for TP1 on Nasdaq, and then we obviously caught the trade late PM session or early PM session yesterday. So 2 TP1 and done trades for a Monday, which we'll take it because Monday has been not the best to us lately. But yeah, so getting into today, we still are pretty much in this range. We've seen price open up a little bit. You know, we saw price last night over Asia session run up, grab these internal liquidity highs. Didn't take out the lunchtime high from last week that we have been kind of waiting on. And then we see price sell off over London and take out these lows from yesterday during New York session. So we've ran sell side liquidity internally here on ES. However, notice this sell side level right here. To me, this is the external level liquidity for this little range right here. It's not the external, liquidity obviously in the entire dealing range that we're in, but it's the external range from right here. And it's important because if I scale out here or if I go over to NQ, we actually have taken out that low. So we do have some SMT forming with just this structure right here. You guys can see the NQ did not, or it did work into this fair value gap. And we've taken out that sell side liquidity. So we have SMT potentially forming here, bullish, that would have us favoring ES for longs for NQ. So that's really the only thing that I'm seeing right now, pre-market, pre-news release. We got a minute before that news release comes out. The last thing that I will mark out here, so we got New York midnight. We're below New York midnight on both NQ and ES. So as of right now, perceiving this could potentially be the Judas swing lower before we expand to the upside. But we'll have to wait and see, obviously. But we'll mark out these opening range gaps really quick. So we've got opening range gap high right here on ES, and then we've got opening range gap low on ES as well. And we might as well, since we're here, go over to NQ, do the same thing. But yeah, New York midnight pretty much lines up with these opening range gap highs today. Opening range gap high and opening range gap low. Beauty. All right, let's jump back over to electronic trading hours. The news just came out, so let's go check that really quick. We'll see how this reacts quick, actually. So this is the 15-minute time frame. Let's jump over to ES quick. Let's go down to like the 5-minute. Right at that new week opening gap still. All right, so we came out bullish on PMI. JOLTS job openings is still pending. All right, we'll wait and see what that comes out as. But yeah, bullish pretty much lines up. I mean, I would say right now I'm a little bit more bullish because of the bullish SMT that we just pointed out between NQ and ES, and the fact that we've taken out London lows, AM session and PM session lows from yesterday to New York session. And using the power of 3 narrative, this is New York midnight. So I'm actually going to put a little horizontal line, and I'll kind of just draw out the... let's do this. Make this thing a little bit bigger. There we go. So here's New York midnight. Power of 3, manipulation, expansion. Then later on we'd have a distribution back down. So that narrative very well could be in play today. So everything kind of lining up with that bullish bias. Got some people in here. But yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions on that as of right now. That's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm feeling. And let me mark this one as well. 11 Central. There we go. Cool. I would have liked to have seen a little bit better of a reaction here. Let's see what Jolts came out as. So it came out it came out less than forecast. So it's a little bit of a wash between these two. Technically, it didn't light up as a color, obviously. Actually no, I'm sorry, I'm looking at that wrong. It would have lit up red if it did light up as a color, so I guess we're good. It's all bullish for the indices. Should be good there. Just looking at these different levels now. Trying to frame up our entry here. 5, 3 minute. Yeah, I would like to see an entry to get long here. Would like to see, yeah, maybe a little OTE. Definitely obviously we want a level of discount. Got a nice little gap here from before this news release, before the macro even. Not the cleanest price action. Just looking at this right here. Let's jump down to the 1 minute quick. Man, that's kind of gross. That's really gross. Holy cow. And Dow's just ripping. Okay. Well, that gives me a little bit more confidence in these two. Let's see. 15, does this look any better? So we do have a 15-minute gap. We have two 15-minute gaps. We got one right here. We got one right here above opening range gap low. Let's measure this out quick. So that's 5 handles even. I'll say this. What I would like to do is I would like to get long. I would like to get long because of everything that we've outlined. So we've got obviously the SMT divergence between NQ and ES. We've got the news coming out bullish. We've already swept sell side. So for that reason, if we're to get a pullback down into here, we've got two gaps to consider. We do have both of them in discount, which is nice. What I would like to do though, since there's one below this 15-minute gap, what I would like to do is if we pull down into here, I don't want to enter right away. And in fact, I would rather let another bullish PD array form on the 1 minute, maybe get an entry there. Otherwise, if we did get a pull down into here, I wouldn't mind entering just right off of the cuff. That way, we can enter here. We can go, 1 or 2 ticks into the gap. Stop could be below the low, under 5 handles, and we'll be good to go. I'm going to delete this, actually. This line is throwing me off. My OCD's kicking in. But we got New York Midnight noted out here, so should be just fine. And then the opening range gap low. Currently, we're right in the middle of New York Midnight and New York Stock Exchange. Oops, open. Let's see actually where. So 730. So yeah, that's below price too. Yeah, might have to move this fib around. We'll see where this high gets put in at. But let's see here. Let's jump up to the 15, 30 minute, 1 hour. Yeah. So for me, the next draw. I mean, obviously we've got this inefficiency right here. But to me, the next draw, based on this internal level getting taken, actually would be both this old lunchtime high from last week, and then we've got just previous high. So this is the next draw in my mind with this narrative. These two levels, well, all three of these levels, high, high, high. NQ, same thing. We actually have more of a low resistance liquidity run on NQ in terms of this internal liquidity. As you guys can see, we're putting in lower highs here on NQ. So this is low resistance liquidity run building up. But we have the bullish SMT divergence here in favor of ES. So that's the discrepancy between these two at the moment. Let me actually go and mark that 15-minute fair value gap. A little volume imbalance too. I'm going to include that. So there we go. We got our two gaps marked out. Yeah, this is interesting price action that was put in right before this news. First news of the week. Obviously, it's NFP week. We got a non-farm event tomorrow, and then we got unemployment Thursday before NFP Friday. So let's be patient. Let's wait this one out. Let's see what we get. But yeah, I won't lie. With this price action where we were, kind of right in the middle of things today, I looked at price like when I first got up, and obviously we're waiting for news. So I kind of hoping we'd have a little bit more clarity by the time news came out. So I am a little ambiguous with where we are at currently. Right, I mean, I should say I feel like I have a good grasp on what could happen from here, but it's just more so waiting for it to actually happen. And then anticipating a couple different outcomes and reacting when the trade setup shows itself. So, so yeah, so let's see how we react, I guess, here now that we've started to take these lows. We did, like I said, delete that SMT divergence, which was one of the main things making me bullish. Could be a little bit of news comes out, bang, take out the high, boom, go take out the low, and then that initial power of 3 that I outlined when we first got on the call, being that New York Midnight is above price currently, manipulation, expansion, to and through, and then, you know, later on we redistribute. Just looking at these two side by side, man, it almost looks like NQ's got a little bit more strength here, even though we've made a much deeper retracement. And I like the fact that ES did tap off of discount. NQ has not tapped off of discount on that price leg we marked up. But yeah, obviously this is looking pretty clean right now. Just to mark out this sell side level. I'm not worried about this right now. I just marked it out for the time being. I'm not like taking a trade or anything off this right now. I would want to see some market structure shift, at least with some displacement first. But yeah, so far I said I didn't want to see it displace back into the range if we're bearish. If we are bullish and this was a liquidity run, I would expect that to happen, and it looks like we're getting that reaction more so at the moment. As you guys can see, we punched through sell side, very next candle, bang, displace right back into the range. Pretty much always what you're going to get when it's a true liquidity run versus a market structure shift. That's why sometimes, like, even this 1 minute can be a little bit deceiving. You know, like, people right now, there's probably a decent amount of people that obviously saw we took the low, and maybe if they were watching SMT like we were, they see SMT get deleted, we come back up, kind of retest the low and then bounce. And then as we come back to this order block, you know, probably some people expecting up close candles to hold price and push it lower. So they probably just got stopped. But yeah, interesting spot here. I'd like to see it displace through. Kind of got 2 levels here. Keep an eye on with this inefficiency. So just wait on structure. We don't need to be rushing and trying to press a button at the moment. Taking a peek here at ES on the 2 minute, 3 minute, and let's look at the 5. Okay, we're starting to pull away. Might as well take one little peek at Dow Jones. Oh yeah, I mean, we're not even in the same universe right now. All right, guys, I am gonna switch entries over here. I think we're gonna have to rock with ES. I'm thinking 4 handle stop loss, get us below this displacement leg. We're gonna have to target new week opening gap or these highs and potentially beyond. So I'm gonna create a new limit order right here, guys. Create a limit order. All right, cool. So buy limit here, boom. I'm just gonna probably delete this NASDAQ one for now. We really ripped. So now we just don't want to be left behind. We're looking really bullish on Dow Jones, by the way, though. I mean, we came back. Now we're retesting this. What time frame is this gap from? Nope. 4 hour? Just absolutely disrespected that. But yeah, guys, all reasons for the trade. We took sell side. We did try to take a NASDAQ long first, but kind of ran without us. So here's our second opportunity here on ES. Got this last punch through of sell side with this order block. And then now we've got price market structure shifting back into this range. Left a fair value gap right here. We got some volume imbalances here on the 1 minute. Price is kind of ugly here on the 1 minute, I'm not gonna lie. All right, guys, I just got triggered in. But yeah, 46.0175 is that 5 handle mark for my entry. 0175. TP1. If you guys want 5 handles, there you go. I might take like a quarter off here on MetaTrader. I'm not gonna take a big one. It's not Monday anymore, so kind of would like to. If we're gonna get this move on NQ, yo, like, but take everything I'm saying with a grain of salt, guys. Manage your trade however you want. Don't let me influence you in terms of like, if you normally be consistent. That's my whole moral of the story. If you normally take a profit at take profit 1, just because I say I think we're gonna head here doesn't mean you should like all of a sudden just get greedy because I said so. Like, be consistent. All right, guys. Hang on 1 second. I want to let this candle close. If we hit TP1, I'm just going to trail stop either way. Okay, good. I'm just going to trail this up, guys. Break even. TP1 just got hit. I just took a small partial, like a quarter of my position, so nothing super crazy. But just shaved a little bit off. I didn't do anything with this top step account. I'm going to let this ride. So I'm managing these accounts a little bit different. So I'm managing like my account versus the top step account. Obviously, I'm trying to get 10 handles out of these top step trades at very least. At this, I'm actually trying to get a little bit more, like 10 and a quarter. At least at this new week opening gap, potentially even, I mean, depending on how price starts to move once we get up here, I actually might trail this thing up higher. But so yeah, like yesterday was honestly pointless for the top step account. 2 TP1s, I didn't do anything. I didn't take any profits. I got stopped at break even on both of those trades. I just got away with partials on MetaTrader. I wasn't nervous. You guys were. 1 tick from entry, or yeah, from entry. All right. Nothing like making us sweat it out, am I right? But yeah, I'm thinking this is going to be my only trade of the morning, guys. I mean, we'll see where this ends up going. I mean, we could end up seeing this thing run, which would be absolutely fantastic. But if we get stopped at break even, I don't think I am interested really in forcing anything else. I think I'd rather let lunch run its course. All right, I closed out. I'm out at break even after TP1. 3 TPs that have been hit this week, and unless you were taking partials at TP1. So we're seeing that trade management style flourish in these conditions. I'm gonna screenshot this. We did what we could. Okay, so we'll revisit for PM session and see where we're at. See if there's anything clean that we can capitalize on. But so far we're 3-0 on the week. There's just 3 TP 1 and dones so far. Just stacking tiny little wins so far this week, guys. So with that, if you guys need anything today, reach out. If this does go, don't chase it. Don't be silly. There's more trade setups to come this week. Don't do anything silly and chase trades. But yeah, otherwise, guys, have an amazing Tuesday, and I will talk to you guys later today, y'all. Peace out.